If you've been throwing around the idea of getting the Ridgid spindle sander, hopefully today I can help out with that decision. Hello again everybody, Jason with Ben's Woodworking. Today I just want to take a few minutes to share my thoughts and opinions on the Ridgid Oscillating Spindle Sander. If you're anything like me, you've probably wondered multiple times as you're walking through Home Depot, is this a good sander? Is it worth the money? I'll be the first to tell you that 100% yes, I think it's worth the money. I paid maybe $185 for this at Home Depot. It's a dual purpose sander. It will do not only belt sanding with the oscillating feature, and it also has the spindle sander, which comes in multiple different sizes. So it really is the best bang for your buck when you're looking at getting a spindle sander. So why did I get a spindle sander? For the longest time, I obviously never had one. I kept questioning, should I buy this one? The reviews seem to be very good. Why don't I go ahead and get one? Well, I was making some cutting boards. I wanted to round over my edges, and I was like, hey, what would be really good for that? You know, one of these belt sanders. So I said, you know, there's times where I've kind of wanted an oscillating spindle sander as well, and I've questioned every time I go to Woodcraft or somewhere, should I get one of these? But it's a single purpose, not a dual purpose like this. So I finally broke down and bought it. And the first time I used it, I was very, very glad that I bought it. It does an absolutely phenomenal job at what it's designed to do. There's lots of cool features, but we'll go ahead and discuss some of those cool features in a little bit more detail. So before I come in a little bit closer, the first thing is you have the main head unit for the belt sander here, and this is also where your spindle sander will be. Down in the front, you have a very, very convenient place to store everything that comes with this system. Down here, I've got 2 Allen wrenches. They store right in there. I've got my inserts for each one of the different size spindles. And then I have each one of the spindles in a nice slot that has the size of each one of these spindles. On the back, down at the bottom, you'll have a storage place for your belt and also the plate that will go in here, which I will show you in just a moment. You have your 2.5-inch dust port here. And then you have this stop for the belt sanding mode. This is the only thing that there is not a place to store it on the unit itself. You simply take out this screw and you just lift up and you can take the bracket off. If you need to relieve the tension on your belt, it's as simple as using this lever here. It relieves the tension. Once you want to put the tension back down, it's here. If you need to adjust the rollers, you have a plus and minus here, and this is how you adjust to make sure that your rollers will continue to roll parallel with each other and keep the paper on the actual piece itself. To take it off, this nut here is the only nut that you need to remove. This is reverse threaded, and to make it very simple, it's got a lock and an unlock feature on it with an arrow that points in each direction. So in order to take it off, I'm simply going to go in the unlock direction, which in this case would be clockwise. Once I get that off, just set that down. This slides right off. I take my plate for my spindle sander. I put that in place. This is one of those rings. Think just like a router table. The ring will be determined on the sleeve that you use. That just goes right into place right there. Then I'm going to take my spindle sandpaper. Then it comes with a series of rings, and these rings are based off of which one of these spindles you're actually going to use. And the reason that they have that is you place it over the top, and when I go ahead and start threading this on, as it gets tighter, this piece here is going to give downward pressure, thus expanding the sleeve that is inside of it, and that will allow for less slippage. You just get that nice and tight, and now it's ready to go. That's how easy it is to change out the different pieces. The power switch for this device is down here in the front. So just to give you an idea of how loud it is, which it is not very loud, I'll go ahead and turn it on. As you can see, it's very quiet. We can have a regular conversation while the thing is running. As I stated earlier, the back where you place the actual plate when you're using the spindle sander itself has a nice little storage for your belt. The spindle sander size sleeves that it comes with is 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch, 1.5, and 2 inches. Currently, the 3/4 inch sleeve is what I installed into the system. So if you were using one of the other ones, you would just use the larger rings, and you have the washers placed here at the top. One of the other really nice features that comes on this oscillating spindle sander is the ability to go ahead and adjust the table. So if you needed to do angled sanding, you would simply loosen that, and it has a lot different lockout positions all the way up to 45 degrees. As for the dust collection, I can't really speak for the dust collection only because I have not actually hooked up a 2.5 inch hose to it to extract the dust. One thing that I have heard about the dust collection on this is that it's not the greatest. A lot of that obviously has to do with what type of dust collection you're using, and the other complaint is that in the event that maybe these rings had some holes drilled in them, it would collect more dust while running the dust collection. And I'm going to probably try that out and hook this up to the dust collection before and after, and then I'll let everybody know what the results were, because if it's anything like the Incra router table that I have that actually has the rings with the additional holes in them specifically for the dust collection, it made a dramatic difference on the router table, so I would assume that it will probably do something similar to this. Again, if you're looking to buy it, it's a great value, it's a great purchase. I'm not in any way, shape, or form endorsed by Ridgid or sponsored by Ridgid. Matter of fact, this is the only tool that I own that is Ridgid. I have used other tools in the past. I've always been a big fan of them. I went ahead and tried this out, and I'm very glad that I did. For those of you that are subscribers to me, I'm still trying to figure out what kind of channel I want it to be, so I'm kind of switching it up. That's why I have some reviews, that's why I have some how-to videos, that's why I have some really just me talking and sharing advice and experience that I've gained. I do have some really cool projects coming up. I'm currently building a custom coat rack. It's not going to be a video for everybody to go out and mirror it and build a custom coat rack. I just wanted to document my process on that build, and I'm going to go ahead and make one of those style videos. And I've got a bunch of chunks of walnut that I'm going to go ahead and jump on the wagon of the epoxy pour. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm going to document those, and however I figure out is the best way to do it, then I'm going to share that with all of you guys so you have an easy video to go reference and you can start doing that stuff for yourself. So as always, everybody, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me down below in the comments or shoot me a DM. If you're not following me on Instagram, again, shoot over to Instagram, find my page at Bent's Woodworking. You'll get to see what I'm doing on a daily basis. I'm on there every day, and I've really recently gotten to do a lot of the stories. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. If you have people that are looking to get into woodworking or in the beginner stages or looking for some more basic knowledge when it comes to woodworking, please go ahead and share that with them. To those of you that have already subscribed, I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's really cool waking up every day and seeing that number grow and grow and grow. So other than that, feel free to send me any questions that you might have, and I will see you next week.